just want to remind people that the PAH community is diverse. There are all kinds of people. There's people that were diagnosed when they were young, people that were diagnosed when they were old. I came across a narrative that really kind of offended me, and it offended me, but it also made me worry people with PAH and what patient advocates are doing in general, because right now it seems to be the trend, or maybe it always has been, but it seems to be the trend to really gravitate towards the people that are inspirational and really above average things for their particular demographic. And while this is really great that they are able to and that they've worked up to it, or maybe they don't have the same circumstances. Maybe they had early intervention and that played a hand in it. I mean, like, that's great, but we have to be looking at what the baseline is, or what the norm is for that community. And the fact of the matter is, most of us are not inspirational, and we're not doing incredible things every single day. We are just trying to get by, and it's essential to really realize that everybody copes with chronic illness differently, and that is okay. This person was going on about how they are grateful for their PAH, and that PAH has given them more than it has taken from them, and that is just not my experience. It's not the experience of many people that I've met with PAH. I think we need to keep that in mind. Choosing patient advocates, we need to be educating them that their voice is powerful and that their message is amazing. However, their message also needs to reach across and of the people or the demographic they're an advocate for. And over the last few months that I've been following them has fallen short a few times, and of course they're only human, but when people are telling you information that you need to do better, then you have to start to do better, especially in a situation like this. And that's one of the reasons I didn't gravitate towards the two age communities that I found when I first was diagnosed, were more like click leaders, and I didn't have time for it. I had enough of my own problems. I didn't need to be monitored by them, or like have my voice silenced because it didn't fit their narrative. You have to be educating patient advocates, and they need to know that their role is huge. And I'll never be grateful for my diagnosis. It's taken a lot from me. It's taken my sense of normalcy. It's taken what my hopes, my dreams, and I've reevaluated and re-examined and gone back on track. But that does not mean I'm grateful, and I'm sure as hell know that it took more than it will give me at this point, but that is okay too, and I'm allowed to go through those feelings and those emotions and sit with them and actually heal from them, and not just put on this toxic positivity front of everything has to be okay all the time, and I have to be positive, and I have to tell the world that I'm a better person because I am diagnosed with PAH. For some that may be true, but we have to take into consideration for a lot of people that it's not, and generalizes one community, a community that should be in it together, and that's entirely unfair as well. We are alone in this journey a lot of the time, and we don't need to be fighting against each other and fighting for a place or what version of living with our chronic illness is right. It's not about that. It's about who feels the best in their own skin and who can thrive. And I think that once one of us gets there, we have to turn around and help the other person, not stand on the top of the mountain screaming like, oh, I made it. It's so amazing up here. But while you're screaming that, you're not throwing down the rope or the lifeline. You're not telling people how to get up. You're just standing there screaming and bragging about how amazing it is from where you stand. And we know how shitty it is from when... Yeah, let's not be dismissive and invalidating of each other. we can navigate our daily challenges together. We can do it with grace, and we can feel stronger after we go through it, but we have to go through it. And I see you, like, I don't know, there's some healing to do there if you're watching this, but that's a conversation for another time. I hope that we all can come to terms and have our different relationships with our illness, and that's where I'm trying to get again. Like, I've gotten through the last hurdle, and now it's onto this one, and sitting with it and feeling uncomfortable. It sucks. It really truly does, but I'm getting there.